All right, guys, so let's talk about something serious. Be sure to smash that like button if you haven't already. I understand that something is better than nothing. We're talking about the Terra Luna Classic burn, and there's trillions and trillions of Terra Luna Classic to be burned. But can we agree that 1.25 billion Luna Classic a week is not enough? Binance, at Binance said Matthew Perry, which is another big YouTuber that's bigger than me, and he's making his point across clear. People are saying the burn tax is not enough, and take people want to see 5 trillion burned off, and that 1.25 billion is not enough, that even more gets printed out there. But what do you guys think? The burn tax will never be enough. Hopefully the swap can help producing the supply faster. Will never be enough for everyone, but nobody can accept the current amount of burns except our grandkids, which is a pretty clear idea that we don't have enough burns. But there's a catch here. There's a real catch. What's going to happen? When are we going to be seeing in the long term? Then show how to do it better. Sounds greedy. We're in the long term. I plan to. A lot of Terra Luna Classic holders are actually in the long term, and there's one thing to change here. So there's going to be more burns when we actually have utility, when we have the new apps developed, when we have the new game developed, when we have all of that. It's going to make a big thing overall. But also Terra Rebels made a huge announcement on changing, increasing the burn rate for Luna Classic.
Well, I think I think I've been on the record on how to reduce the supply, right? So the burn tax at 1.2% would have taken close to a century to burn the tokens. I'm not going to be alive for 100 years, right? But maybe my children's children might, benefit from that. It's getting the economic engines running again, getting the swap system running, getting people to generate taxes and pay smaller burn fees, maybe, right? Because that will inherently end up burning things a lot faster. So I think it's a combination of things, and I think it'll probably be slow for the first few years, but if we succeed to reach some sort of tipping point in terms of real world transactions on the network, eventually that will start speeding up at a pace that might eventually equate the crash itself, at least for a certain period of time. So I think inherently the only thing that we can do in the situation we're in is just work our way out of this debt problem that we have, because if we print, more monopoly money, that might work for a short time. It's kind of like pissing in your pants to stay warm. But eventually reality will assert itself again, and we'll have to, conclude that we have a very big network with no real world usage, and that will eventually just turn into nothing if we don't start building real world scenarios on it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the start of your proposal where you talked about quantitative easing, quantitative tightening, and talking about monetary supply. Because you can't print your way out of everything, especially with what happened with Luna Classic and Luna previously. Are there any concerns with the stablecoin future, with being connected to UST still, with potential stablecoin regulatory issue? I think there's been a few questions around that.
I mean, I think that.
So that's one of the members talking about the Luna Classic burn, and it makes a huge difference on where we go long term from him. What do you guys think about the burn? Do you think it's too little? Do you think it's too much? Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll keep you guys updated. But Matty Perry makes a fair point. I think more is gonna get burned in the future. Binance keep the fees instead of implement of the 0.2% off chain. That way, the both community and businesses win, which is a huge thing. Till next time, be sure to smash that like. Peace, everyone.